WWE has released the following individuals today as reported by Fightful.com. Frankie Monet, Ember Moon, Scarlett, Oni Lorcan, Karrion Kross, B-Fab, Jesse Kamea, Ramir? Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama, Graham Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Nia Jax, Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Eva Marie, and Harry Smith, or Davey Boy Smith Jr., whatever you want to call him there. I think the most surprising of these is what? Nia Jax, Keith Lee?
No, not to me. So those are the bigger names,
Eva Marie.
right? Like, those are the biggest names.
Yeah.
Eva Marie, Keith Lee, even Mia Yim, Nia Jax. Those are the top names. Honestly, the name that shocked me the most was B-Fab from Hit Row.
Yeah,
they
that one
just
shocked me
got
a lot,
moved
man.
up to SmackDown. They got the cool presentation.
Karrion Kross kind of surprised me a bit too, although they kind of were probably like, well, we screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, that one felt like, let's just throw that in the trash and let's try this gimmick with a new talent, right? But B-Fab honestly was the one where I had to read it again. I was like, no way.
Yeah, they did that.
Did he even have a match on SmackDown?
Right? Wasn't B-Fab the girl? I think that's the girl. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other guy.
No, that's Ashanti the Adonis. Then there's, right? B-Fab was the girl.
I got my names mixed up. Mm-hmm. They got rid of the girl?
Yep.
She was the coolest part.
She sang the hook. You fucking dumbass.
Let me fact check this one just to make sure. I was thinking that was Adonis. No, that's her.
Yeah.
What a fucking dumb move.
That's what they do, man. Now, look, we'd argue most of these names were wasting space on their roster. We said a long time. They're bloated. The way they do this always feels dirty, right? It feels like, hey, holidays are coming up. Everybody, you can go figure it out.
I am shocked that they got rid of the female talent in the newest group on their biggest show. The SmackDown has more viewers than Raw. Mm-hmm. What a dumbass mistake. Oh my God. Now, yes, I'm trying to get past that because, again, I got my names confused, which, in WWE, that's not shocking. But yes, some of these people were taking up space, right? Nia Jax had done everything, right? She won the title. She lost the title. She had a match at WrestleMania. She was the big evil monster. She was a sympathetic babyface. She had a love story. So she did all the storylines she could do. So that wouldn't honestly made sense, where it was like, we've exhausted this character. She's a little unsafe. Let's have her walk out the door. Karrion Kross, I think, again, felt like we screwed up this gimmick. Let's crinkle up the paper, throw it in the trash, come up with a new one. Kind of the same way with Keith Lee. And I think if you're going to release Keith Lee, you're probably going to release Mia Yim because she's going to want to walk as well. So that's kind of a package deal. Frankie Monet, again, I might be getting my names confused again. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's the wife of John Morrison, right?
Is she? So she's Taya Valkyrie on the Indies and Impact.
Yeah, I think that is. I think that's John Morrison's wife, and so
I didn't realize. Yeah.
And again, I don't fact check, but except I did there with B-Fab.
Hey, that's one's the limit.
Yeah, one is the limit here. God damn it, we're not trying to be fucking philosophers and fact checkers.
The fuck
here.
you think? Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, but it does feel dirty in the sense that, right before the holidays. However, now this is a accelerated pace of releases that they're doing.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we talk about is, what are you going to do with Nia Jax, right? What are you going to do with Eva Marie? Like,
True.
Get them off the show.
Like they in the last, year have released a full roster and a half of two smaller companies. You know what I mean? Like, they have just had so much talent for no reason.
Yeah. Now, here's the scary part for me as the AEW mark of the Spanish Announce Table. I don't want Keith Lee over in AEW. I don't want Karrion Kross. I don't like, and it's not that I dislike him. Keith Lee's work in Evolve was fantastic. Obviously, I liked his stuff in NXT. I think he's a thumbs up kind of guy. I hope the best for him. I don't want him to take away time from Miro or JD Drake or Eddie Kingston or any of those guys.
So all that we say, about that kind of regards, like, hey, they're going to overbloat their roster, TV time, but also because of things like TV time, it's a natural order of capitalist business that at some point they're going to be faced with the reality too that like, yeah, he's got more money than McMahon and could house all that talent, but you're not going to you're going to have diminishing returns, right? Like, because you're only going to get so much for the TV network and people are only going to buy so much merch. And so at some point you're going to be overbloated with wasted talent too. And then you're going to have to be like, hey, sorry.
Well,
your
and then
birthday is coming up, but we got to let you go. Right?
Well, and this is where it makes an interesting dynamic in AEW, because I do agree with you. There is going to be a point where Brian Cage's contract is going to come up and they're going to be like, well, what do we do? I think the most interesting thing is in WWE, they've got these 60 and 70-year-olds who are so detached from these talents that they're not necessarily friends. Now, maybe they are friends, but you get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't ride the towns together like Cody and the Young Bucks did. In AEW, the executive vice presidents, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Cody has to go to, let's just say, a Ricky Starks and say, hey, we're going to re-up Miro, and then we're also going to bring in, Bray Wyatt. That means your contract, we either need you to take a pay cut or we're going to have to release you. Can they have those conversations? Is Tony Khan going to have to do that? Because I'll tell you one thing, going back to my time at AEW Dynamite last night, I love Tony Khan's mind for pro wrestling, but that dude is fucking weird.
He's weird.
He is weird as weird can get. He has weird vibes. Again, like what he's doing with the show. Of a drug. It's not cocaine. There's a spectrum thing there that I think is
cocaine in there.
Well, maybe, but there's just some other things going on where it's like, you weren't liked in school.
You know what it is,
you?
Tom? It's like clean enough cocaine that you can't ever get. So
maybe
you don't have the frame of reference.
Yeah, that's probably it. But like, so
it's
is
rich
Tony
guy cocaine?
Possibly, yeah. And I've never had that before.
Yeah,
maybe not. But
never had that kind of cocaine before.
Right. So who's going to be, that's the interesting part though of AEW Dynamite, or excuse me, of AEW in general, is who's going to be the John Laurinaitis over there. Because that day's coming, especially now with this accelerated.
Brandy Rhodes.
You think?
I think she's the one most attached, right? And already probably has like they probably already like view her as Yoko, if I had to guess. Like just spitballing, just throwing it out there with no actual claim. So don't quote me on that. Right. But like,
no, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, not with the female talent though. Like a Jade Cargill. If it becomes, contract time and let's say Charlotte Flair did get out of her contract, but Jade Cargill's contract is up as well.
Yeah, I don't know that Brandy Rhodes is the one.
Who's going to be that person? I don't want that conversation to like
Jim Ross.
I don't want to find possibly. There's a good one because he's done it.
He's
right?
done it. Right.
He's hired and fired.
Yeah, I ain't no problem, son.
Yeah, I love the kid, but he can
more on Jim Ross later, right here in the Mother Loving News.
Yeah, so these releases makes the wrestling industry as a whole a little bit more fun. But again, from my selfish point of view, I just want any of that talent coming to AEW.
Here's a hot take. If all of these names disappeared from my TV viewing experience and we never spoke about them on the show, like I won't ever feel like I was cheated out of anything.
Yeah, there's something there with Keith Lee. And I know
that's not to say they couldn't get there.
Right.
But
AEW, if you've noticed their recent signees, besides Andrade, have definitely had one type of ethnicity, you could say. So maybe a Keith Lee would be a good signing to show like it's not just white dudes hanging out,
Yeah, well, all right. We'll move on to the next story.